On Tuesday, George Floyd was laid to rest. During these very difficult times, it feels as though our world has been shaken up, has been turned upside down. During these very challenging times, I believe the central question to ask ourselves during troubled times is just this: where do I choose to stand? Father Greg Boyle recently spoke about the gospel on Tuesday, where Jesus tells us without any doubt that we are the light of the world. Feeling that invitation, that declaration, not at a cognitive level, but more at a visceral level. You are the light of the world. Where does that declaration invite us to stand? Good morning. My name is Father Frank Buckley. I am the host of our morning meditation group, Flourishing During Difficult Times. I am delighted you are here with us on our beautiful Blessed Sacrament Jesuit campus here in Hollywood. This is a three-part series. We begin with a little inspiration. We jump into the deep end and do a 20-minute silent meditation. And then we do a very short little Ignatian examine, reflecting back on our lives, where God has been moving or where we may have missed God. I'm delighted to be back here at 9 in the morning. Thank you for your flexibility. As a psychologist, you have to do CEU units, so I did a 5-day experiential dynamic psychotherapy workshop. It was amazing, but I have to tell you, I am very, very happy to be back with our contemplative community in Hollywood. So for our inspiration this morning, I borrowed from Greg this idea that Jesus tells us we are the light of the world. And when we hear that, when we let it seep into the marrow of our bones, the next question, not so much where do we stand, but the important word is choice. Where do we choose to stand? And as I heard Greg speak about this, I couldn't help but be drawn back in my memory to another hero of mine, Dr. Viktor Frankel, who wrote one of the best books ever written, Man's Search for Meaning. And for our inspiration, I'd like to share a little with you from Dr. Amen, a neuroscientist, who talks about the 5 F's, which I hope to dive into a little more as we continue with inspiration. But faith, fitness, food, focus, and friends. The 5 ingredients for a healthy life. So let's begin with faith. What has meaning, what has purpose to us? And we'll begin with Dr. Amen's reflection on Viktor Frankl and choice. The title of the section is Choose to Trust God in Every Circumstance. And I have the word every underlined. You cannot control everything that happens to you. In fact, most of what happens around you is completely out of your control. But you do have control over two important factors. You control your response, and you control how much you choose to trust God, regardless of your circumstance. Viktor Frankel, a Jew, was sent to one of the Nazi death camps of World War II. In his powerful classic, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankel wrote that while he was a prisoner at Dachau, the guards stripped him of everything he had. They took his identity. They took his wife, his family. They took his clothes. They even took his wedding ring. But he said, there was one thing no one could take from him: his freedom to choose his response and his attitude. He wrote, "They offer sufficient proof that everything can be taken from a person, but one thing: the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in a given set of circumstances. To choose one's own way." No guards could take that away from Viktor Frankl. It was his choice. Wow. What a powerful, powerful message. And in a world turned upside down, like Viktor Frankl, we choose. Congratulations on making it to your meditation this morning. Let's move into this meditation practice. And as we do, I invite everyone to begin with just this invitation to hear Jesus tell us in a gentle, quiet, inviting way: you are the light of the world. So let's begin. Find a comfortable chair or seat or cushion in your home, in your tent, on the streets, in nature, wherever you are. One of the ways we flourish is we unplug. So I invite you to turn off all technology. I will put my cell phone on silent. I will set the timer for 20 minutes, not 9 minutes, 20 minutes. I'll ring the bell to begin, and at the end of 20 minutes, I will ring the bell again. So I invite you to close your eyes or 3/4 closed. Take the attention to the body. Engage your sacred word. Take the attention to the breath, and let's begin. Listen, listen. The sound of this beautiful bell invites us to our true home. Let's begin with diaphragmatic breathing. Just 3 breaths to the lower belly. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. 2 more times, bringing fresh oxygen to the brain and the body. Inhale and exhale. Last time, deeply as possible. Inhale and exhale. Continue to breathe on your own. Take the attention to the breath. If we can hear the in-breath, if we can listen to the out-breath, we will never, ever be lost. Please continue. We only have about a minute left, so for this last minute, I again invite you to engage the 17th century ancient Tibetan practice of just sprinkling a little joy over your practice, over your lives, and over this ground where you choose to stand this morning. Please continue. Gently bring your attention back to the room. If your eyes were closed, go ahead, open the eyes. We can circle the wrist one way, then the other. Rub the hands together, bringing a little oxytocin, love energy hormone into the body. Wonderful job, everyone. Now we'll transition to our Jesuit Ignatian examen. Just noticing where recently you experienced God in your life or in the world. As I told you earlier, I'm really grateful to be back after doing a 5-day workshop. It was amazing on affect and healing. But it's good to be back into the regular routine. I don't know if you could hear in the background, but the people who are unhoused are back to the center and being offered food and coffee, and the food pantry of Blessed Sacrament is open. We have a new Jesuit, Henry Perez, who's going to help us launch even another day. So I always say I feel like the luckiest Jesuit in the world to be on this Jesuit campus in Hollywood. It's really this amazing place, and in a world turned upside down, I am so grateful to God for landing me here with all of you. And Ignatius always believed in the power of gratitude. So I invite you, before we end today, just take the hands to the heart, drop down into the body, take a deep breath, and together as a contemplative community across the globe, let's just come up with 3 things for which we're grateful and gently place them on our heart. Please continue. Beautiful job, everyone, and we'll seal this practice with an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. Together, inhale. Release the hands, exhale. Take that attitude of gratitude and offer it to the world. Have a beautiful morning, and thanks for joining us this morning. God bless you.